What's going on, guys? Welcome back to day 2 of this video. Still got the bike here. Yeah, Jacob here as well now. He's working on all the chrome, and last night, as I left off in the first video, we finished up the majority of the paint. So what we have left is just the bags and these fenders right here. Then I'm gonna start coating it while he's polishing out all the chrome. So what Jacob is doing with the chrome is first get an initial wipe, get it all clean so it's dust free so we don't scratch it while polishing. Then we're going to be using the Adams 1 and 2 metal polish, and here's number 2 and the number 1. The difference between the two polishes is that the first one is a more abrasive. It's going to give you a heavier cut, it's going to level out all the pitting on the chrome. Then the second one will be a kind of finishing polish, so like a compounded polish type of method. Similar to a paint correction, but for metal, obviously. So we're going to get started on this bike by working on the bags right now. So let's get the camera set up, polishers, and show you guys what we're going to be doing. We got all the bags finally polished up. Working on the last piece of chrome right here. Not last, we gotta do the wheels. Then, right now we're gonna prep the paint for all the coatings. So we're gonna grab our G-Technique panel prep.
Right here.
What are you eating over there? Got Jack in the Box. But we'll be using our G-Technique panel wipe and spray down all the panels that we're gonna be coating, which is basically everything on this entire bike. Once we do that, it'll be ready for the first layer of coating. So the coating we'll be using on the paint itself is the G-Technique Crystal Serum Light. That's this product right here. And this can be used on the chrome as well, but we'll be using G-Technique Wheel Armor. So with the wheel armor, it resists higher heat temps. So on the exhaust and the engine components, I mean, it gets super hot, so Crystal Serum Light will not do the job for that. I mean, it could, but you'll risk the ceramic coating failing. And so we'll be using G-Technique Wheel Armor, like I said, for all of the lower components. Then for up here, we'll match it as well, but for the paint, like I said, Crystal Serum Light. And as far as the windshield goes, we did try to do a test spot while polishing it to remove any swirls or scratches, but for some reason, I don't know if I wasn't cutting enough, but I don't want to risk damaging the windscreen, so we're gonna leave it as is. We're still gonna coat it, and if he wants to bring me a new one, we can do that as well. We'll recoat that, but let's coat the front end, put the windscreen back on, then move on to whatever is left that we have to put back. With the Crystal Serum Light, you're gonna want to grab your applicator and your little dropper. And for the first pass, you're gonna want to load this thing up. So put about 2 to 3 squirts. To the bike. So we're gonna do a puddle, as they call it with G-Technique. Then you want to work it up and down. You want to spread it all the way across. Then cross hatch it and continue. One more pass. And now what you're gonna want to do is let it sweat. So once it sits on here, you'll start to notice that it either separates or it literally starts to sweat, like bubble up in a way. That's how you know it's ready to be wiped off. In the meantime, I'm gonna continue doing all the rest of it while I wait for that area to sweat and continue with the rest of the bike. And guys, always be sure to retighten this cap because if you dump it, it all spills out. It comes from experience, so be sure to recap that after every panel. Alright, so here's a perfect example of what sweating looks like. This is what it does once it's ready to be wiped off. So you can notice how it kind of like separates, or right here it is starting to spot. And once that is showing, like right here is not as ready, so it's kind of cold in here. So that part needs more time to cure. But this part right here is all ready to go. So you're gonna grab one towel. It's called the 3-towel method. Initial wipe. You wanna wipe this, lightly wipe it. And this towel over time is gonna get so built up with ceramic coating that you're probably gonna have to toss it. So once that one's used, grab your second one and keep these organized so you don't mess up the order of wiping. I'll be very thorough so you don't miss any spots. And if you do miss, you'll have a high spot, meaning you'll see like a rainbow effect. And in order to remove that, you gotta buff it off. Third towel is this is my finishing towel. These are the best finished possible. Then you're gonna wipe it off very, very thorough, and this area will be done. So now that that area is done, you can see up here it's starting to sweat, so we'll go right back to square one. Alright, so the entire bike is now polished between the chrome, all the paint. I mean, look at these wheels. They're just looking outstanding now. Everything is all final polished. We use our 2-step for metal, and as well as a single stage for the paint. Then coming over here, we're coating all the chrome that has to be put back on that we just assembled. We coated the front windshield as well. Working on these fenders right here, letting these sweat while I wait. Then once we installed the front windscreen again, we tried to polish it out. I mean, it didn't come out bad, but it came out a lot better than what it was before. So we did coat it as well using CSL. And we coated all the trim with our wheel armor, of course. Now we're working our way around, getting everything to tip-top shape. We're screwing on this little rack right here that we finished coating, polished it out, coated it. Now we're just gonna put it right back on. So my main goal right now is just to coat everything that we took apart, then put it on, then continue on to the bigger parts. Tightening diagonally. Got everything screwed in. Time to put the carpeting back in. Trying to line it up before we push it down. Bam. Line up perfect. Let's close this. Give her a final wipe. Ah, we put this thing backwards. Now I'm just messing with this. That would suck. So we coated the bottom, we coated the bottom before we put this rack on. Looking a lot better. Even the chrome's shining.
Everything's shining. Cutscene, what's up guys? We're almost there. We almost finished the bike, we just gotta ceramic coat the rest. Well, he's gotta ceramic coat the rest. I'm just helping out.
We are just coating away, getting all the cracks and crevices. Make sure we don't miss. Let's go add some more. Follow me. This is our new reality TV show, The Life of Genesis Detailing. Welcome. Alright, so we're gonna put some more on the applicator. A couple drops. And I'm gonna tighten the screw. Go back over to the bike. And continue where we left off. So boom. Like I said, puddle line, work it in, go all the way around. Now we're gonna wait for it to sweat through our 3-towel method and keep going. If you guys look closely, it is now starting to sweat. Get a nice little shot of that. So now we're gonna use our first towel, the blue one, as always. We're gonna wipe it off lightly. You just wanna level it out. Get all the gauges. The first wipe doesn't have to be very thorough, just get the majority of it. Then you're gonna wanna grab your second towel, which is this blue one, the light blue one. And you're just gonna wipe it off even more, except you're gonna go further than the first wipe. The stuff spreads as you're wiping. Then we're gonna grab our third towel, which is in this pocket, the green one, final one. This is just to remove any haze that was left behind by the second one. Then this will be the nice perfect finish. After a few long hours, this bike is finally completed. We did everything, whether it was polishing the chrome, correcting the paint, straight coated every inch of this bike. We even coated the windshield right here using Crystal Serum Light, and it turned out very well. We did a little test spot to make sure it wouldn't discolor it. The only issue I was having was just the swirls on it, and I did not want to go too aggressive because there's just no point. We don't want to risk discoloring it, like I said. For all the paint, we use our Classic Cut and orange foam pad to polish it out. Then we used our panel wipe, prepped it all down, and we coated it with Crystal Serum Light. And what Crystal Serum Light is good for is about 3 to 5 years if maintained properly. And I know this client is going to come back to me, so we've already discussed the whole maintenance plan for him. With the maintenance plan, what it's going to be doing is just getting this thing dialed in without having to put any towels to it. We're going to try to stay away from the wash mitts, just so we don't harm the paint. But this thing is showroom ready. Like the video does not do this thing justice. To see more of this bike, follow my Instagram at Genesis Detailing. If you guys want to see more behind the scenes and like what I do when I'm not recording, follow my Instagram. You'll see a lot more videos and pictures. But yeah, there you guys have it. The final results are done. Thank you guys for all watching. Appreciate all the support. See you guys next time. Wait, like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on bell notifications.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.